Yep. First of all, I want to give credit to UConn, and they were obviously played really well. They're talented, made some shots. I thought what hurt us that first half was when Ricky got in foul trouble. That really hurt us, especially without Avery Woodson in there due to injury. That did not allow us to have that another shooter on the floor just to open things up in the middle. And so that hurt. And then when Ricky got that third foul in that first half, and I usually, sit guys with two in the first half, but I gambled with Ricky, and and it just happened, and he got that third one. The other thing is we had some short shots there we missed early. That hurt us. We had some opportunities there early around the rim. We just couldn't buy a basket. They made a couple shots. I thought defensively the first half we were really good. They were 2 of 10 from three. And then that second half they made some threes. Our whole game plan was to shrink the floor, keep it shrunk, keep it packed in, and not get spread out. And they hit some tough threes. You got to give them credit. Gibbs hit that big three coming out of that timeout. That was a big shot. It was a long-range shot too. And so you got to give him credit. We were down 4, and we just could not get over that hump. And again, we had some opportunities around the basket. However, I'm so proud of our young men. I'm proud of the two gentlemen to our right, Ricky Tarrant, who's gave his all every time he stepped on the floor, every ounce of energy for this program this year, and so proud of him. And he's a great young man. And the gentleman to his right, Dedrick Lawson, same thing. I mean, had a tremendous freshman year, got another double-double tonight, so he tied Keith Lee for the most double-doubles as a freshman in the history of Memphis basketball history, which is a great accomplishment. So, and the rest of the guys, very proud of. Overall, just with our season, look, we won 19 games. Obviously, we had some inconsistencies, but considering the fact that we lost, Austin Nichols, who we were planning on, and in late July, and we weren't able to replace him, that late, and then we also lost KJ Lawson, who was a key guy for us due to injury. So losing those two guys was really hurt our depth, but however our guys battled every time. They had they competed, they left it all on the floor, and I'm just proud of our young men. So overall, from where we started and to where we finished, I'm very proud of these group of guys.
Please raise your hand for the microphone, and we'll take questions for the players.
Dedrick and Ricky, obviously UConn got out to that big lead early, but you were able to cut it down to 4. What did you guys do defensively to kind of slow them down a little bit and get back into the game?
We didn't change our game plan. They came out early, made a lot of tough shots, like Coach said. So, it was just all about energy and effort. So I give credit to UConn. They're a great team, and it's just the ball didn't land our way today.
What I think we did more in the second half, we had played defense without fouling. In the first half, we fouled them and put them on the line. They made all their free throws, and we pushed the lead for them. Then when they made shots to open the game up for them, in the second half, we just defended without fouling for the most part in the beginning.
Please raise your hand if you have questions for the players.
Obviously, kind of a difficult season. You don't know what's going to happen next. What do you think you showed, whether it's the NCAA tournament committee or the NIT selection committee or whoever you go next? What do you think you showed in getting to this championship game this week?
I mean, nobody expected us to be here today, so we're proud of ourselves. Of course we wanted to win, but we, like Coach said, every day, every practice, every game, we left it all on the line. So I'm just proud of the guys and how hard we fought every day. Because, like I said, nobody expected us to be here today.
Any other questions? Thank you, gentlemen. Questions for Coach Passner?
Coach, UConn obviously has kind of had a tradition of being in these kind of games. Did you sense that their seniors, their kind of older players, knew how to rise up to this moment?
Yeah, and we were snake bitten a little bit. One with like I said, our depth. We just didn't have the depth on some of the on some of our, when we were subbing late, and that's been our whole thing with this year. And so some of the guys maybe I would like to redshirt this year, and we had we put in the fire, and then obviously losing Avery Woodson for this tournament really hurt us. That was a big thing because there's that shooting, and he was playing the best basketball of his career, and he was shooting at 45% from three. That was a big thing that ended up biting us in the butt on that, and not having him out there tonight. Not that would have won us the game, but it would have given us a better opportunity to win the game.
Coach, can you talk about the plan going forward? Will you guys play in any other postseason tournament that's not the NCAA's?
Yeah, we're not going to get an at-large to the NCAA tournament, but I hope we have a chance to get in the NIT. We got to the championship, and that could be a long shot. I don't know, but I sure hope that we do. And anything other than that, I would love to keep playing, but obviously I got to talk to my bosses and. My deputy athletic director, Mark Allnut, my athletic director, Tom Bowen, and President Rudd, our President Rudd, and, we'll decide what we want to do and go from there. So we're hoping that we're keeping our fingers crossed that we can maybe slip into the NIT. If not, then, I'll get with my bosses and we'll decide what's best from there.
Coach, can this tournament be a springboard for next year after, I know things didn't go well on the court early in the season, but can this be a springboard for next year?
Yeah, look, as I said in my opening statement, if I planned on having Austin Nichols and KJ Lawson as my two starters, and also planned on Keedron Johnson as a starter for me. And when you're going into the fall and you're losing three starters and you can't replace them, that ends up, two of them to injury, one of them to a transfer very late in the summer, and that just makes it hard. And so we have a good young nucleus, a good young group, and I like our young guys, and our young guys got a chance to be good, a good group of core that we have moving in the future. Obviously, Dedrick Lawson will have a decision to make on what he wants to do with the new NBA rule, where you can put your name in, go through the workouts and the combines, and go through there and see what happens there. So we'll see what happens with that, and then. We've signed two good kids, and we'll keep recruiting and sign some more in the spring. And Dan Leibowitz is back there, and Dan's a dear friend. And Dan, great job with the tournament. As I said yesterday, everyone here at Central Florida, the host people did a great job. You guys were excellent. Everybody was first class. Orlando, great job. Dan in the conference, great job. And I would have said that regardless if we played in the championship or not. So.
Any other questions?
Coach, just can you provide a little bit of perspective on this tournament and how it has encompassed the up and down season, not just for your team, but for you personally?
Yeah, I know. Look, as I said, I think if most people sat back and you said going into the season you're going to lose three starters, and one of them being potential, first or second team All-American, you would say, and one of them being your starting point guard, and then one of them being your top recruits. You're going to have some ups and downs, and we were inconsistent in that second part of that season. That middle part, we just got inconsistent. We were 12-5, and we were defending really well. We stopped defending at the level that we needed to defend, and then in the last few weeks we got back to that, and that bit us in the butt on some games that we lost. We didn't defend like we did now, and me as a coach, you talk about it, and Dan knows this as a former head coach, that you talk about it and you're on it all the time, and you say you can't give away these games, and every possession's so critical, but the head coach understands it more than anybody. And sometimes when you're dealing with 18 to 23-year-olds, I don't think they fully understand it till sometimes when the season's over. So, we dropped a couple games we probably should not have dropped, and maybe if we win them, we're sitting there on the bubble and having a chance to get in. You don't know. So, but those things happen, and that's part of college basketball. That's part of college athletics. This isn't pros. This isn't professional. This is college athletics. But I'm proud of our group. We won 19 games. We made it to the championship. in a very tough league, and so I'm proud of our season overall. But I am obviously, would like to have a little more wins, obviously. But I'm proud of our young men.